the association moved on from interim leadership to a fully fledged elected members of the executive. It was in that 2016 that I was installed as the president. Our constitution provides that a leader serves only 2 consecutive terms. You cannot serve more than 2 consecutive terms, and our term in office takes 2 years. So from 2016 to 2018, I took up my first term as president. Then from 2018 to 2020, I served the second term as president. During the period that we took over leadership of Combonian Old Students Association, we didn't have a constitution. So we drafted a constitution and then we registered the association. I would say within 2 weeks, we had institutionalized the association. So that is one of the biggest achievements that we had in making it a fully fledged association. So from that moment, we had our constitution in charge of many of the activities of the association. During that 2016, the head teacher then presented a status report. And in that status report, it clearly highlighted the major challenges the school had. 1, the school did not have any means of transport. 2, the performance had really dropped down low. 3, the teachers were not really motivated. And we had a number of teachers who are not in government payroll working at the school, but their payment was really a bit of a challenge. So we took it head on to try and improve on some of the key areas that were really affecting the school. So that was the background behind taking up the van project, because the school did not have a means of transport. We took up the van project because as a means of transport, the bus would not solve the immediate problem that the school had. Because we had students who would fall sick at school. You could not pick up a bus to take a child to the hospital. So then we took up the van project, which we collected funds within the record period of 1 year, and we bought the van. A 14-seater at about 70 million Uganda shillings without adding cost. So that was the first step that the first achievement that we realized, besides institutionalizing the association. Secondly, we realized the van is just merely hardware. But then the school had other challenges in teaching and learning, that we didn't have good textbooks. Actually, the school does not have a library. The school was established way back in 1937 as a vocational teacher training institute. Then it became a secondary school. It became a junior secondary school along the way between that period and 1960. So it was in 1960 that the school became a secondary school. Now, it was an all-level secondary school, so most of the facilities, the structures within the school, within the college, were meant for all-level. Up to now, the school does not have an A-level science laboratory. Up to now, the school does not have an A-level library. So we took up upon ourselves to try to improve by establishing a makeshift library. Besides, also coming up with a plan to establish a modern state-of-the-art library, digital, cutting edge, which we submitted that plan to the Minister of Education way back in 2016. We are still pursuing that. We are following it up to establish a state-of-the-art science library and laboratory for ICT. But as we wait for that one to come from government, we took up the library project, which involved donation of books and then creating a custody for the books. So we donated books worth about 40 million Uganda shillings from individuals. Very, very good textbooks. And within 1 year, a record 1 year, we received tangible results. that a Combonian student was the best in mathematics at HSC, which was the first of its kind in about 10 years in Lango sub-region. So the books we gave really helped. So we realized some good results as part of that. Then, as part of establishing custody for the books, we came up with renovation of a structure, which was a hall. So we renovated the structure. The project was estimated at about 120 million, but we didn't reach that amount. We raised up to about 60, 70 million. First lifted the structure for the purpose of a library. Right now, when you go to the school, you'll find a structure for a library, well furnished, well stocked with books, and the process of stocking it with more books is continuous. Whoever feels and has capacity to donate more books, the doors are still open. Then after finishing up the library project, we took up the dormitory renovation because it would be good also to have our students resident in a very conducive environment that would enhance their capacity and high performance. So I undertook the task of writing a proposal to the Combonian missionaries in Ohio, and they gave us $10,000, and we renovated two structures, dormitory 9 and dormitory 10. That is in Combonian College. If you get there, you will see that. So whatever fund remained, we pushed it to Dorm 6, which is still work in progress. We didn't stop there. We wrote so many proposals. One of the letters I wrote was to the district of Lira. The school had undulated, terrain within the school compound. So what happened? We wrote a letter to the district, the chief administrative officer of Lira district, through the engineer, and were granted or were given equipment to help level the school compound. So we got grader, we got all the necessary equipment, the tipper lorry, we got the wheel loader. So we leveled the school compound, and that is why you see that beautiful landscape within the school, courtesy of the support we got from the district administration of Lira. Besides that, we took up some other projects, which we didn't complete. It's at an elementary stage. We expect the new team to take it up and push it to another level. Our intention is to make Comboni nearly 70–80% self-sustainable, other than relying on total support from the government. Just like other schools in Kampala, we have Namilango College that we have been benchmarking with. The school does not entirely rely on the government. So we came up with a school farm project. Now this school farm project, with our intention of providing 70% of food requirement within the school, coming from our school farm project. Because the school is blessed with a huge chunk of land, about 120 acres of land, free and vacant. This land, if put in use, could help us take the school to another level. The funds which would be relieved from the food requirement from within would help facilitate the teachers to perform well, to do their best, and also improve on their work life as an institution. Another thing that we didn't complete, which is also within our strategic plan, was to raise the dormitory, Tarantino House and Xavier House, into a state-of-the-art dormitory. That would be a storage structure that would accommodate more than 1,000 students within the college. So that we do vertical development and beautify the environment of the school, because those two structures have been written off. They are not conducive for keeping up our students within the school. So we thought we should come up with a strategic long-term plan which would help reshape the school. So that work is in progress, and we know the new team, with their expertise, will take it to another level. We also had an intention to register the association as an entity that would allow us solicit for funds from donors overseas to support our other initiatives as all ways to support the school. So we are in the process. The memberships are already there. The we know soon the new team will take us to another level and have the association fully registered and start receiving more resources besides what we have already started receiving from Combonian missionaries, because we are an entity that supports development and that would receive support from overseas donors or potential donors. So primarily these are the few success areas. And lastly, we have been working hand in hand with the administration. We don't have loggerheads with the administration. We have developed great synergy with the administration and the board of governors of the school to ensure that we take the college to another level. And I know with the system that we have laid in place of peaceful handover of power, we know that will bring in new and more energized team, always from time to time. When the old team goes out, a new team will be coming in. So that is as part of building legacy of the association. And I know it has just gotten started, but the future is brighter for us.
Yeah, this is good, Mr. President.
So any other questions?
It's like, I see you people, you have a strong team. What is the secret behind that, your success? I see you're very unique. And also, like, what has been your vision? Yeah, as far as the association is concerned.
Sometimes it's about personal attribute that takes us to success in leadership. Personally, I would say it was very, very tough to lead this association because Comboni is blessed with its success areas before we took over as leaders. This is a school that has produced the greatest number of professors in the whole of Northern region. So, apart from professors, we have other professionals in different fields. In the legal fraternity, we have engineering, we have medicine, we have teachers, we have hype. At one moment, nearly all the head teachers in Lango are from Comboni. As I talk right now, the Vice Chancellor of Mbarara is a Combonian. The Deputy Vice Chancellor of Lira University is a Combonian. The Deputy Vice Chancellor of Makerere University is a Combonian. Spread all over the country. So it means ego is an aspect that needed to be taken critically. So in my personal attribute to lead these high-profile individuals, I deployed simplicity. And people don't think simplicity works, but simplicity worked for me as a leader. We were able to bring all these high-profile individuals to achieve a common goal of taking Comboni to another level. That was one. Secondly, we knew our strength, and we worked on our strength, not on our weaknesses. Otherwise, if we dwelt on our weaknesses, we wouldn't have achieved what we achieved. I believe these two attributes together with all-inclusiveness, because at the time I took over, it was about presentation of papers, this and that in the previous leadership. But my leadership took up the role of performance of function, purposeful solidarity, and representing cloud. When I talk of performance of function, it's about executing the task at hand, not just carrying position. And to be sincere, I utilized nearly 70 or 80% of my powers as president during my tenure in office. And that really took us, all those heights that we achieved. And I know if the new president and the new leadership takes up that, they utilize all their powers, in most cases, sometimes we attain leadership position and we use just 20% or 30% of our powers. But if we use 70% of our powers and above, we shall always succeed. And I know Comboni is on the right path, is on the progressive lane that we shall achieve more.